Hello, this is video number 3 coming from me doing some longevity workouts, and the other 2 were live on Instagram. This one is just going to be recorded, but it's a Sunday afternoon, low pressure for everybody, me, you included. And today I just wanted to go through some TRX mobility. I've been starting with my physical therapy exercises the previous 2 videos, and I think it's a little bit of a slow start for some people. And so I just wanted to get right to some exercises that are useful for everyone. And today that's going to be with the TRX. The TRX has this strap that can be looped over a door frame, a tree, anywhere that is overhead. You do want your anchor point always to be taller than you are. I think that it works best if it's significantly taller than you by about 18 inches to 2 feet. I will see some gyms set it up where it's only just barely overhead and the function just doesn't work out quite as well. So I have mine set up, and this is my first workout of the day, and it's mid-afternoon, and so I really just want to do some things that feel good and get blood flow going in my body, and then just see where the rest of the workout goes. So I'm just going to send this down into a squat. And it's awesome. I'm listening, literally listening to my body. It's 54 years old body. And so I'm listening to see, where am I feeling any kind of stiffness? Fortunately, nowhere right now. Am I hearing any kind of pops? That was my left knee, but no pain, fortunately. A little bit of pops still. And so literally just lubricating my joints at this point. I'm going to step away from the camera so that my back is to you. You're not going to be able to hear quite as well. So I want to tell you what's going on here. I lengthened the straps all the way out, and I am going to get into a position that sort of represents, think of a hack squat at the gym, where the straps are going to be underneath my arms. And then as I step away, I'm going to take a big step back so that I can lean away from my anchor point. So this is sort of a hack squat with a TRX. And I'm using it for mobility. So I'm still warming up my knees, my ankles, my feet. And you do this exercise with your heels lifted. And so I'm really warming up my feet in that position with my heels lifted. All right, I'm going to keep the straps long as I take this into a fly. Just coming into a wide position and easing back down with control. Every single thing that I do with the TRX, I'm thinking about my breathing when I'm not talking to you. And I'm also thinking about my core engagement, pulling the muscles of my core in towards my midline. I'm going to keep working in oppositions. I think that's a healthy way to think how to design your own workouts. So I'm doing this fly, which is just sort of a light shoulder exercise. Then I'm going to work in opposition by turning around and take this into a chest fly. Also, a little bit faster, more rhythmic, representing what I want for bringing blood flow to a warm-up. So remember, anything that you see, if I say that I'm doing that faster with less resistance, more as a warm-up, you can also slow down, create more resistance, and make that more of a strengthening exercise. So let's do that with the same two motions. Excuse me. Ooh, I have everything open and no mic. The garage door is open and the window's open. The airflow is really nice. Okay, so coming up with control and pause, and then down. 3, 2, and 1. And up, hold, and pause. Time under resistance. And down. So now we have the same exact thing that I did with a lot more resistance and a lot more time under the resistance. So that creates more of a strengthening exercise rather than a warm-up. Just going to do 2 more after this one. Squeezing between the shoulder blades, keeping my shoulders relaxed and down. Last one, and now let's see. Let's do the same thing, creating strength and resistance, time under tension. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you know what? I'm happy with this. So I showed you 4 exercises. I showed you that traditional squat, and then I turned around, and that was a hack squat. And then I showed you the rear delt fly, and I turned around and I made it a pectoral fly. I also showed you how to use that very light resistance and then progress it into a heavier resistance. I didn't show you that with the squat, so let's do that. I'm not going anywhere. Here, let's do it. So let's take that squat. The first time, okay, I'm going to shorten the straps a little bit. Squats, this type of squat is typically done best with a mid-length strap. So I just pulled my yellow tab on the TRX up to the dotted line. So let's take this squat and come down. 3, 2, 1, and really create that time under tension. And then I'm pushing back so my knees are over my ankles, and I'm holding lots of resistance. I'm coming up slowly. 2, 1, and just continue that pattern of hold at the bottom. The straps in my hands are taking just a little bit of tension off, but more there as a guide, helping me sit back into the squat 100%, helping me keep knees over toes. It's harder to see the way. Okay, so now we flip around and go into that hack squat position, and I'm going to take the straps out long again. Straps are underneath the arms, so they end up way up here by my armpits. I'm going to step way back for lots of resistance, pushing my hips forward, and then coming back. 2, 1. Okay, now, I showed you now, so you have all the information. So that was the squat and the hack squat shown with more resistance than I showed you the first time, so that you get that idea of how you can add resistance to make any exercise, most any exercise, be light resistance for blood flow and mobility, or heavier resistance for your main set. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I am starting with some very basic things in these topics because I want to encourage people to begin moving their body and asking me questions. But as we move along in the channel and grow together, we'll advance.